Boom. All right, folks. Welcome back to the Fat Earth Comedy Cast. My name's Mo Fungus. This is episode 19, and we're going to tell a couple stories from the high school days. What up, Big Jimmy?
What up, Doe?
How are you
Big
doing?
dog with the big log. Real good, dude. Took a little nap, woke up, chilling. Saturday night.
You can take a nap and then still go to bed and not be up all night?
My schedule's been fucked, bro. I gotta get this shit
Yeah.
in line for Monday. Uh, yeah, for the most part, I can smoke myself down into a new coma, but
Yeah.
ultimately, I'm way off. I mean, I've been up till 4, up till 7, sleeping till 2, up at 10 a.m. I'm all over the fucking place. So, ought to be interesting Monday. I gotta be back to work.
Yeah, see, my mind is a little more temperamental if I don't like stay up to a certain time. I have a hard time taking naps from the get-go, but I don't know. I've been working on that lately, working on getting the mind, just not trying to worry about the past or the future. And especially in today's atmosphere, it's hard to have anxiety about the future. I don't know what's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Of course, everybody right now, but at least you got an at-home business. You can kind of keep an eye on there and still do. You know, it kind of sucks going off into the public right now. If you don't wear a mask, you feel like you're out of place. If you got a mask on, you're like, what
You
the
want to
fuck is
beat your
going
own
on?
ass. Yeah.
Right. So it's fucking weird times right now. I mean, shit changed a month ago. It's been an oddball month, that's for sure. For
Yeah, no.
2020.
Oh yeah, it's coming up, folks. 420. It used to be a big day back in high school. We'd all get all fired up for that. No pun intended.
I haven't worked it in years, but I always used a vacation day. But I've been off for 3 weeks, so time to pony up.
Yeah, so we're talking about high school stories. I have one that comes to mind. It was you remember that show My Sweet 16?
Oh yeah.
So I went to Grosse Pointe North. I actually lived in Harper Woods. My family didn't have all that much money, but I knew a lot of girls that did have money, and this girl had a lot of money. She might have been one of the richest girls in our school, and she was having a sweet 16 party. She gave out probably 10 or 15 invites to some of my friends, some dudes that I knew. So they took their invites and then they invited about 10, 15 people they knew. So the 15 guys that were supposed to show up, we actually showed up about 40 deep, and this girl's party had it all. She has an indoor swimming pool, so she had that already. She had like a karaoke thing. She had like a frozen ice little vendor, hot dogs and stuff. That was like the late night food. She got a Range Rover for her actual present, so that was a nice little birthday gift. I've never gotten something like that. Uh,
Yeah, that's crazy.
this house was unbelievable though. She had a movie theater in there. She had a game room in the basement, like a popcorn machine, all kinds of pinball games and stuff. It was right across the street from Lockmore.
Okay.
There's a club in Grosse Pointe for people that don't aren't aware that it's called Lockmore Club, and it's a pretty ritzier country club. It's right in the smack dab. It's right off of 8 Mile, which they call it Vernier. They don't want to associate with the 8 Mile, but the club's right off of Vernier. It's actually right connected to Grosse Pointe North School. So, anyways, we go to this party. My cousin was there, and we bring in all kinds of fifths, and we had a lot of booze. We'll just say that. Um, People are drinking, people are smoking, people are getting out of control. We ended up going into the indoor pool area, which I wasn't a part of this, but a bunch of my friends were in the indoor pool. They started helping themselves because they had all these like nice like embroidered robes, and these kids were taking the robes and like they were wearing robes or smoking cigars in this pool area. So they took their clothes off. Me and my other buddies wanted to do a little prank, so while they were in there swimming, we took their clothes, threw them on the roof. So we had that going. They didn't give a damn though. They came out in these robes. These robes must have been $100 each at least. And they were smoking. I think they were smoking bud in the pool area. The dad comes out. He's furious. He's like, "My daughter has asthma," and he flipped on everybody, but he never kicked anybody out. I think this guy was he didn't want to ruin his daughter's sweet 16 party, if you know what I mean, because that's a big deal. Plus he paid for it all. But so yeah, we're partying, we're drinking. I remember my one buddy, we're taking sips out of this Captain Morgan bottle. I take a sip, I look over, I start talking to my other friend, and by the time I look back, the bottle's half empty. And we used to call this kid Mexicano. I go, dude, did you just drink all that? And then Mexicano just starts vomiting everywhere. And it was crazy because the party was raging on and everybody was having a good time. Back in high school, I didn't really drink because a lot of the parties we went to, the police would show up. So I always wanted to be on my game and ready to rock. And being able to run from the police was an ability that I wanted to control, if you know what I mean. So I would puff a little bit. I'd have a little drink here or there, but for the most part, I was pretty sober. Anyways, this party, it was literally like a light switch went off. Everybody was totally fine, and then all of a sudden, boom, everybody was hammered. And everybody was vomiting. My cousin comes out in the robe. These kids are throwing up in the pool and shit. I remember my one friend actually, like he was pushing girls that are in these really nice outfits into the pool, and it was just absolute mayhem. Anyways, the night wrapped up. They had a karaoke machine going, and me and my cousin sang, you know the song "Hello, My Baby, Hello, My Honey." So we end
Yeah.
up singing. The night was capped off with us doing a rendition of "Ragtime Girl" or whatever the name of that song is. We're singing this thing, and then Kid Rock, Cowboy came on, and we just started freestyling. And in the vein of Mo Fungus, these lyrics were off the chain, man. And I remember the guy like ripping the fucking microphone from my hands. He's like, "All right, we've heard enough of this, my friend." But again, it was so funny because I think the party got out of control to that level because the dad didn't want to shut it down. He paid all this money for this spectacular party, and he just didn't want to damper his daughter's mood. So I think he put up with a lot more than he was willing to for that night.
What were the ramifications? What came out of this? Everybody back then we all drove home like animals, so it was
I
the
don't remember.
beginning.
I don't
Yeah.
remember how we got home. All I remember is I remember like probably five of my friends actually got invited to this. And then I don't even know. I don't think I was invited, but so I invited Nick. I invited a couple other kids. Like I was saying, the five kids that got invited took their tickets. They invited five kids. They invited five kids. It was like one of those parties, like that movie, when it just explodes. But this is
Yeah.
the age of
Yeah.
before Facebook or anything like that. But
Yeah.
now that I look back on it, it was definitely the fact that the dad laid out this party and did not want to just pull the plug on it. He didn't want his daughter to have a bad Sweet 16 party.
Well, it's like that kind of sounds like my father, who's stern and that, but doesn't want to be like the doesn't want to ruin the event or something. So like people
Yeah.
aren't getting kicked out, but they are getting scolded. I don't know. I
Oh
could see
yeah.
him doing that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it was definitely a memorable party. See, I was before we started writing skits, I actually was writing a memoir of just collection of high school parties that we went to and like the crazy antics that ensued. So I don't even know where these are, but I had aliases for all my friends. One of my friends, we called him Sick Boy. Like I said, there was a kid named Mexicano. My cousin Nick, we just called Cousin. So these were actually names we called everybody, but I thought instead of putting the real names in these stories, I gotta dig these up sometime. Maybe I'll read a couple and we'll do like a special segment of these. Cause like I remembered them to the T, and I'd call other kids that were part of this party and they would give me their 2 cents because everybody had a different angle on what was going on. Yeah, it was we were playing hacky sack, I remember, and then we were throwing the kids boxers on the roof and shit that were swimming. They're coming out looking for their clothes. We don't know where it's at, bro. We don't know where it's at.
I like old school because it kind of does that different perspective shot. Not old school, super bad, where when they're at that party and Michael Cera's in the back with the guys that are snorting coke and they're about to get angry and it's Jimmy's brother, the one
Yeah.
with the voice.
Oh
But then
yeah.
then Jonah Hill's out front getting into other trouble trying to get the fucking beer or something to get to the other party.
Yeah.
That movie always hit home with us as far as how we were traveling around. I'd say there's so probably stupidity amount of. I mean, I think every Friday night, Saturday night in Grosse Pointe, we were pretty much doing something, even in high school. Someone's parents are out. Someone's, obviously a lot of nice abodes and
Oh
everywhere
yeah.
from north to south. Everybody had a nice house or above the normal echelon, I would say. So it was pretty much a free for all. There's a couple that stick out in my mind, but I would say if I'm opening up senior break, senior year spring break, my buddies and I were already pushing weed around. And so we had a connection where we would sail to Canada, get our stuff, and sail back to America and have a lot with us. And we were going to,
Damn.
so we already had money. All right. We had cash, we had disposable income, and we knew we wanted to do something. So my buddies and I got together. We said, let's get a 6-bedroom place in Hilton Head. I didn't know where Hilton Head is. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew that if I gave my $500, I had a room. We're going down. We get a room, South Carolina, get a 6-bedroom condo that we rent that's right on the beach and in a little skyrise thing. But it's 6 bedrooms, huge condo. And we get down there. We all drive down, the 6 of us, my buddy's aunt and uncle's Tahoe, maybe the Yukon, drive down there, give us your ID. We got a couple guys in the Yukon that got a fake ID. So they get out with their fake ID. We go to the store. I'm shooting the shit, no fake ID, and I buy the kegs just by my gift of gab and what. How you guys doing? We're down here from Michigan. This place
Right.
fucking great. You guys got a couple of Bud Light kegs, maybe Heineken or something? We get those going. We got this place for I think it's 6 nights. Night one, we first and foremost, the story about the drugs was we brought down 2 ounces of hash, Lebanese hash, and 2 to 4
The
ounces of
blonde
weed.
stuff.
Oh, it was blonde. It was fucking gorgeous. So we
Mm-hmm.
were ready for a fucking shindig. We brought our hot knives. We brought our fucking blowtorch. Night one, we're up there. During the day, we had gone down on the beach, basically with my mouth as a megaphone. We're yelling 502. We're the 502 boys. What? What? That was our room number for this condo. 502. 504 boys had just come out. So we're
What were the
yelling this.
504 boys rap group?
Yeah, rap.
Okay.
Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe we were 504 and the 502 boys had just come out. But one of the two had just come out and they were rapping and shit. We're the hot boys. 502 boys. What? What? So we're down on the beach yelling this shit. We got a bunch of people coming upstairs. Well, didn't know that the locals in Hilton Head have a severe problem with out of towners coming in. Okay.
Oh
They
yeah.
live off of chomping on the fucking people that come down there as vacationers, especially the high schoolers or slash early college years guys. So the 25 to 30-year-olds are just beachgoer pricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this. I'm fucking yelling, whatever. My buddy comes upstairs, got a bloody nose, his shirt's tattered. I go, what the fuck happened to you? We got about 8 girls there. We got a couple people from north and there because we had a couple crews that were all down there. We all knew at different houses. So we got about, I'd say, 15, 20 people at this party, okay? Could have been upwards. Maybe I'm a little foggy. So he comes upstairs. I go, what the fuck happened to you? He goes, this guy's down on the beach, dude. Fucking beat my ass out of nowhere. Well,
Jesus.
I'm 17, full of testosterone. I feel like I'm the baddest dude on the block. Nobody
Feels
can
like
touch me.
Superman.
I'm Italian. Let's fucking go. I got my boys with me. Let's go down there and knock some fucking skulls in, dude. I remember leaving this fucking party, okay, with the whole party going like, I got a song going, Eminem and Dr. Dre 2000 just come out.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
blasting fucking.
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
go,
dun,
I
dun,
go, let's go
dun,
beat
dun,
some
dun,
fucking
dun.
ass. We fucking marched down there, dude. So head held so high, walking down the beach. Who's messing with my boy? This guy shoulder checks me, and I literally didn't expect this to be the fight. That's how these guys work. I'm right standing next to my boy. This guy shoulder checks me. I turn around. And I go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I go, "Watch where you're walking." And he goes, "What, bitch?" I go, "What the fuck?" I go, "Hey, did you just hit my boy a little bit ago?" I go, "You seem like the dumbass motherfucker that would do something stupid like hit a stranger." And he
Damn.
goes, He goes, I probably beat your boy's ass. I'm like, really?
Not to
So
laugh at your buddy, sorry, but that's just insane.
I'm in tunnel vision looking at this guy, not realizing that around me is forming just a mega pack of idiot
Hmm.
wolves. Well, this one dude's looking me eye to eye. I'd say I'm 5'6", okay, so I'm a short dude. This dude's got to be 6 foot, all right. So he's looking at me. My buddy's right next to me. He's dead eye to me and goes boom, boom, and hits my buddy in the face. It was like so cheap, but like caught both of us off guard. I thought he was swinging at me. I literally went
Yeah, he
like this.
doesn't hit you. You're the one who's talking the trash.
He's staring at me and literally hits the guy next to him. And I go, what the fuck? I go, literally, I ducked like this, and then I realized my buddy's getting hit, and then I just see these pack of dudes coming in. Like, I'm like, holy fuck. And I grab the one dude that swung hit my friend and was staring at me. I grab him, and I go, I'm bear hugging him, okay? Really tight. And I go, you don't fucking do that. I go, what kind of fucking move is that? I go, you're staring me. And right as I'm talking to this dude, someone just comes from his side and boom, hits me right in the nose. And I do like
Jesus.
a 360. I don't go down. I do a 360 with my hand down, this like a skateboarder move almost. All right.
Hmm.
I come
This guy
back up.
comes Tony Hawk all of a sudden.
No, no, no. Come on. I was huge into rollerblading and all that, but I come around and I spin around. I go, what the fuck kind of cheap shot? And some dude just goes, doom, da, doom, poof. And just a different guy drills me right straight, bam, in the fucking nose. And I go, boom. And
How
I,
old are these guys?
19 to 25.
So they're adults and you guys are kids, essentially.
100%. They were definitely older than us and definitely adults. And definitely this is what they lived on was beating up these young kids that came there to
Yeah.
visit.
The North Carolina baboons, they call them.
South Carolina, I think, right?
South Carolina. Yeah, yeah.
They that's their turf. I mean, okay, so like you got to fast forward. Like this is a bit of a story. Okay, this is night one. Okay, keep in mind. So I get popped in the nose dead on. I literally somehow like okay, so my nose is instantly broken. My nostrils are streaming blood,
Uh-huh.
un nonstop. I'm hammered, so my blood's thinned, and my nose was instantly broken. I mean, it was swelled up so fast and busted to the side, and this blood's just two streams solid. If I talked, it was like literally like I was venomously spitting blood.
Yeah.
So I could see through my peripheral vision. That's how bloody it was. Red at the bottom of my eyelids because I could see the reflection of my this blood streaming down out of my nose. I've never bled like this. Okay, this was two constant streams, faucets turned on. I'm talking about just straight. So I go, you. I can't use this language, but picture it like this: you bitch. I didn't even go down. That's the best you guys got down here. Well, one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life because
Yeah.
as I'm standing there saying this, some dude, I have this hat to this day. I wish I was prepped for this
Here
podcast. I
come
would have
four
had this.
more.
Nope, one more. But this dude splatters, uppercuts me, and splatters blood into my Detroit Tigers hat, Comerica Park emblemed hat. Blood, choom, just shot. Like I said, I still have it to this day on the brim, under brim of this is just a fucking splatter of blood. All right, so I've got my ass beat, right? My one buddy is got, we called him Gorbachev the rest of this trip. The one that the dude was looking at me but hit him has a big fucking knot right here on his forehead. I mean, just
Yeah.
bubbles up. Other dude gets his ass beat. And two of the guys that we went down with did nothing. They're standing over in the corner talking to two girls. So I'm walking away from the beach towards our condo and I see these two and I go, are you fucking kidding me? Look at my nose. What'd you guys do? You guys just stood here and watched? Don't come the fuck back upstairs. Don't fucking make that mistake. I was so hot, right? So I go
Yeah.
back upstairs. I come in this party. I had just left 20 minutes ago, like, fucking, let's beat their ass. I walk it in, and this one girl, literally, I'll never forget her the day I die. I open the door. She goes, oh my God, don't touch me. You might have AIDS. I go, bitch, get the fuck out of my condo right now. I
Wow.
go to the sink. Everyone's getting I mean, like, dude, this nose was scary to people that didn't understand what was going
Oh,
on.
I bet. Yeah.
Blood is everywhere. They're
Right.
flipping out. Everyone's leaving. The whole party shuts down, right? Okay. So, what left in the party was this guru, the 30-year-old, I know everything about the beach guru. And he, as the party clears out, he goes, you want me to help you guys out? You guys seem to have a lot of drugs. You guys seem to know what you're doing. You're not the average Joes that come down here. I'm very surprised my boys fucked with you, but would you guys like to kind of know how the beach ticks and what's going on down there? You know
Was it
me.
Matthew McConaughey or who
This is
was it?
one little 17-year-old mafia boss talking to another one, and I was so intrigued. I sit down, I go, fuck yeah, I want to know what makes it tick. In fact, bring me my hot knives. And
It's time to get blonde.
Spencer was his name. I'll never forget it because this dude fed us how the rest of this week was going to go and opened up the gate key to how you never allow what happened night one to happen again. So he says, these guys prey on everybody that comes down here. That's their MO. They don't want to steal shit. They don't want your money. They don't want you on their beach. That's their turf. They will beat your ass till you don't show up. And they try to do it night one so you don't come back. And I'm like, okay, well, look at my fucking face. What are we doing about this? And he's like, well, they're going to do it again, or they're going to come. If you guys are as boisterous as you were on the beach today about your condo and about this, he goes, we heard 502 up and down the beach all fucking day. Here we are. I said, all right. He
But no,
goes,
yeah,
do it.
504,
He goes,
502.
do it again and uh, get them up to your place again and fuck them up if you want or whatever. I said, all right, well,
Doesn't sound like you guys had the firepower to fuck them up.
Well, on our turf we did, but when
Oh,
we were
okay.
down on the fucking beach, and
Yeah.
that's what he taught us. Really, that's a very good thing to pick up on. Basically, you were on their turf. If you can get them off of their turf, they're going to be a lot less numbered. Most of these guys don't leave the beach. So
Uh-huh.
fast forward, night two. All right, now we're having a party at our buddies from South's house. They rented a house, a 6-bedroom house. We rented a 6-bedroom condo, but they're about 5-10 minute walk from us off the beach. We walk down there. We're yelling the whole time, party, party, party. All right. My one buddy is a fucking animal that's in this group, okay? His dad was in Vietnam. This dude's always got a knife. He's just a fucking loose cannon. You got my other buddy in this group that's this wealthy, uh, like super loose cannon once he's
Do I
drinking.
know these guys?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Okay, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep their names anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to stir.
100%.
We don't want to
And
stir the
so,
pot too much.
night two, we're down, we're yelling. We go out. One of them goes to have what he's calling baby Vietnam. We brought a bunch of fireworks. He's going to go blow them off and start a showdown on the beach for us at this beach house we've also rented, my other group. My one buddy, I mean, my one buddy's so fucking hammered, he passes out, literally talking to us standing straight up, does a fucking leaning tower, just boom, on his face, blows his tooth out and everything.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
So we're cranked. We wander out to have ourselves a little joint. We're on the front lawn. We're not really thinking about these kids, but we've been talking about it all night and that. And lo and behold, this van comes rolling up as smoking a little cigarette on the front lawn. And just the sliding door opens. And this strangly fucking 6'2", fucking weighs 100 pounds thing comes out with a golf club.
Welcome to Myrtle Beach, bitch.
This motherfucker's walking towards me. I go, are you fucking kidding me? I go, what the fuck is going on? So it's my boy and I out front. And we're talking dead honesty. I'm shaking in my knees because now I'm with one other person.
Hold on, I want to
And
interrupt you for a second. Was this the worst fight you've ever been in?
yes, but it wasn't a fight, dude. I got my ass beat. I didn't get
Right.
one punch off.
Yeah, it wasn't like you were squaring off. It
I
was
got
more of an
mugged.
ambush.
No, I got hit by 3 different people, all in the nose.
Yeah,
And
I can
so,
picture
but
it too. This looks wild in my mind.
I got my ass beat, is what it was. Yeah, it's one of them. You got to remember, I got good stories, man. I've had guns in my mouth and shit from
Oh
some.
yeah, yeah. We'll have to
So
touch on that the Washington D.C. escapade next time, folks.
as far as like fisticuffs, yeah, I would say this was a good ass beating. These guys broke my nose for the whole trip, dude, and then some after. My nose was the size of my face. It was huge. So this van opens. This guy jumps out with this driver. He's got a fucking driver. He's walking towards us. He's like, "You guys just don't fucking get it, do you? You're just gonna keep running your fucking mouth, trying to have our girls at your parties." And he's walking towards us.
If you're losing girls to a high school group, you don't need. You should be rethinking your whole game altogether, my friend. You don't go get a fucking driver, you know?
Bro,
Look
we
at
went
yourself in
down
the
there.
mirror but you might want to read the book, The Game, or talk to Mystery.
Here's the funny thing. So this dude's outside the van. There's four other, five other, six other people in this van. This van is sardined.
Hmm.
Okay. But none of them get out. Just this one dude with this driver. I'm thinking the whole time I'm gonna get hit in the fucking head with a driver. And this dude comes up and he's fucking pointing at us and like trying to teach us about life or something. He's doing his fucking Schwarzenegger before you kill you speech, or like a Bond villain, dude. He's giving Bond too much time, bro. You
Yeah.
can't give Bond that kind of time. So I'm watching as my buddy, that's supposed to be, you can't not call him by name. This guy's such an animal. He saved my life this night. Jack is coming down a fucking tree. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a
first
pine
names are
tree.
fine. I don't even know who it is.
Pine trees right there. We thought this dude went down to the beach to blow off these fireworks. This dude pulled a stunt where he's now up in the pine tree watching guard over the front yard of this party, hoping these motherfuckers pull up. Well, here they
Beautiful.
are. This dude's got a machete that's about 14 inches long that he brought with us on this road trip. Okay, that we've made
Yeah.
fun of him for the last road trip and the first 2 days. Not
Called a
anymore.
machete.
Yeah, well, night two, I'm so fucking glad that Jack has this machete. This dude comes down the pine tree. Okay, I start to hear something like an animal. I'm looking at the dude trying to decipher if I'm about to get hit in the head with a golf club. As I'm watching off to my right here, just breaking sticks and twigs as this dude comes
He's
fucking
like Survivor Man cutting through the ferns.
coming down nice and slow. And I'm like, is that fucking Jack? I'm like, what the fuck? And dude sprints out of the pine tree, puts this fucking machete to the back of this from behind to this dude's neck. And he goes, have you guys not learned? I use the same line that this dude said as he's walking
Yes.
up the grass and
Yes.
goes, have you guys not learned yet that we're fucking crazy? We'll fucking kill you. And the whole van now gets out, but stays about 35 feet from us. So they empty out, and he turns the dude around like a movie, turns him around, faces him towards the van, and he goes, if you guys fuck with us the rest of this trip, we will kill you. Get the fuck out of here. Give me the fucking golf club. Russ takes the golf club, puts the golf club to his head that he brought there. He goes, you motherfucker! And has this thing just resting on his skull. And the whole car, they get in, they peel out, they leave, and we didn't get fucked with the rest of this trip. And we had a great rest of it. We fucking were gambling putt over and over. Like we were addicted to that. We were drinking. Fast forward now, 5 days. Last
Hold
day.
on a second. I want to give these people an idea of what Russ looks like. Look at my face and then add a rabid dog over the eyes and mouth. That's Russ. He'll bite your fucking head off.
So we fucking saved the day. Fast forward to our last day. A lot of shit goes on, okay? But it all sums up on the last day. We have to clean up the condo. We're getting ready to leave. We're packing the Yukon. There's our it's basically a wheelbarrow that was provided by the condo to bring stuff up and down out of your car. We've been using it as our keg holder for the week, putting the kegs in there, then the ice and that. Collected in this is piss, puke, keg drippings,
Jeez.
leftover beer. Now there's all this nasty 1 week's worth of parties, juice at the bottom of this wheelbarrow. Is Jimbo Detroit A, going to go like this over the balcony with the wheelbarrow, 5 floors down, going to professionally walk it down to the lobby and dump it out on the grass at ground level, or leave it where it's at?
Uh,
Jimbo Detroit chooses A.
I was gonna say
So
secret choice D. He takes a bath in it.
he drinks it.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen here. You ever drink bong water, ladies and gentlemen?
I dumped this shit off our back balcony, not thinking twice. Just, I'm
Yeah,
dumping it in my backyard, 5 floors down. Again, we're just leaving. We're getting out of there. The week's
that's a
over.
fine, my friend.
What that is that is what gets a 77-year-old uproared, because that's his front porch that I've dumped this on. So I go, I destroy this dude's patio furniture, everything. This shit, just the nastiest of fluids you've ever thought of, has now
Hmm.
dumped down on this dude's patio. I hear all this commotion. I'm upstairs packing my bags, all this. Dude, they got a gun on Russ and Brian. I'm like, who's got a gun on Russ and Brian? They're like, some old man that lives downstairs. I go,
Dude,
what the
are you sure this isn't a
fuck?
scene from fucking Dazed and Confused?
I go, what the fuck are we talking about? Bro, craziest trip. So I take a panoramic. I have it to this day, some of the best photography I've ever done
Mm-hmm.
later in this mission of the cops and us doing our signage. This guy ends up going to jail, but here's the story. I come down to the first floor with a couple of my buddies, Pat and them, and this old man is on his front lawn
You smashed
sh-
my mailbox, didn't you? Didn't you?
shaking. And
Yeah, dude, this is from Dazed and Confused.
he's shaking and he goes, in 40 years, I've never seen anything like what I've seen this last week. And then all of a sudden his wife opens up the front door. Gerard, get back in the house. Oh my God, is that your gun? So Rizzy Riz is on the phone with the cops. You got to get over here. This old man's got a gun pointed at her head. Uh, Pat, we have an inflatable Shamu. Pat, who's an animal, grabs this dude. We're on his front lawn, but we're near the street. Grabs the manhole cover of the sewer for this guy's front lawn and picks it up and pulls it off. Again, we were moronic. We thought we were unstoppable. I'm laughing so hard on this dude's front lawn. He's pointing guns at all of us. He's pointing this gun at all of us. I'm laughing so hard. Pat has now removed this dude's manhole cover, and this dude is in just Vietnam awe right now. That the audacity, or I would say World War II at that time, this was a World War II guy, just an audacity of this, and takes this inflatable whale we have and shoves it down the sewer so that now it goes and it's sticking straight up with all the air pushed to the head of this thing. And he's humping it and he goes, you fucking old man, we fucking own this town.
Wow.
This dude is having a fucking heart attack on his front lawn. So, not literally, but cops show up. It's one of the only times that we weren't the ones arrested. This old man was arrested. They asked us, do you want to be at the trial? We said, no, we're just going to press charges right now. We got to take off. We got to be back. We got a big date in Michigan. We can't miss. And we rolled out. That was our week. It started night one. We got our ass beat, pissing off the locals. And it ended. I haven't been back to Hilton Head since, so sorry, South Carolina, but it ended with the later generation infuriated.
Might be a new top cities for us. Hilton Head. Well, your buddy might get smashed one night, but we'll bring a knife the next.
Beachgoers are awfully friendly. Dude,
Yeah,
the
just shows
cops
this guy
have night
attacking
vision.
you.
The cops at night are all on the beach with night vision because of this. Okay, this is 20 years ago, bro. This is 2000. I was a senior in 2000.
Right, right.
So I don't know if it's still like that, but the cops had night vision. Like
Oh, I'm sure they do because there's
we
constant.
were as drug dealers, we were in awe of the level of police force down there and what they were up to. Like we thought we'd have run of the litter. These motherfuckers are running around with night vision at night. We're like, holy shit, we can't get away with nothing.
Did they close the beach at a certain time?
I'm sure, but not totally. There was a lot of scenes, dude. My one buddy's down there. We had this like homeless dude we befriended, and we're hooking up left and right. This dude's down there smoking a joint with my one buddy. He goes, "You want a blowjob?" My buddy comes
Damn.
running back upstairs. He goes, "Dude, Samson just tried to fucking blow me." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude,
Wow,
take
that's
it, bro."
getting weird quick over there.
Bro, it was a fucking scene down there, dude. But and that happened at about 3 a.m. So I'm gonna say that you could still wander to the beach as far as like full on fires and parties and shit like Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie The Beach. I don't know about all that, but
Yeah. Yeah, because when I was in Miami, I think they shut the beach down at like 9 or something. And it was weird because me and my girlfriend didn't even know what was going on. So like we were walking on the beach, we didn't even know it was shut down. But there's no one else on it, so it's like that there's.
it doesn't feel like a beach. Like a forest wouldn't feel like a forest if you got to shut this fucking thing down. So like I don't like that mentality, you
Well, I'm
know.
sure they get dude like well that's a big vacation
I
spot, so
know.
they get kids like you all the time there. I bet. You said
Like
you were there for
me, I'm
spring
a
break.
grown. I'm a grown man now, but yes, I
Yeah,
was stupid
now.
and ignorant then. Yeah, now it was
But that
spring
was spring
break.
break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sweet man. I mean, phew. My story was more about the excess and the indulgent factor of living in the high society, but yours really goes to show the level of attitude that comes from the gross
Well,
points.
we were, yeah, maybe. I mean, we were polite, bro. Like, we really got pushed into, I don't know if that story does justice, how much we did not want to go down there and create waves or ruffle feathers. But we
Yeah.
did bring a ton of drugs. And I remember when we went to clean up the condo, you could see where we had done hot knives for the whole week in this back bedroom. I remember I was fucking pissed because I was like, oh my God, this is gonna cost us so much money, guys. They're gonna have to redo all this carpet. You could, when we pulled the blowtorch up from where we had it sitting, that was the only part of carpet in this like 5 foot diameter that didn't have burn holes from the hot knives. Because when you scratch them like that after you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it, still little hot embers dropped. We were so fucking high, we didn't even realize we burnt the fuck out of this carpet.
Wow.
Another funny story coming into that real quickly. When we walked into the condo, we looked in one of the closets. There was a ton of blood, and I remember my one buddy Andy calls
It was the first batch of
Sam.
idiots that came there and got their asses beat.
No, it was in IV bags. It was like professional hospital blood, like
Huh.
8 bags of them in this closet. My buddy goes, "We can sue for this. This is gonna be free." And he calls Sam Bernstein. They go, "Sir, we're in Michigan. We're not doing that shit.
Yeah.
No, have a good day. We don't know where that blood came from."
Wow. Well, that's we're gonna wrap it up on that note. Bags of blood, bloody noses. See, like the funny thing is when you get hit in the nose, it looks so much. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt, but because of the blood squirting out, it looks so much more like it looks like a catastrophe compared to what actually, because there's just so much blood coming out. You know what I'm saying? It looks way worse than what actually is happening. Not saying that a broken nose doesn't hurt. That's very painful.
The look was far worse than the pain. I was tanked too, dude, and
Yeah.
I was a little mule, dude. I had a fucking strong head, so ultimately, the next morning, not so much. I remember I made out with a girl the first night, like, and this went awry. Like, I kind of played this like victim story there, uh, and then the next morning, I remember waking up and I was like, "Oh my God, don't touch me!" I was like, "Holy fuck, this thing!" And my nose was so big, and you could not touch it like this, or I was like, I remember I couldn't wear
Yeah.
my sunglasses after that because it was so fucking touchy. If you just touched it, bro, it was like, nope, nope, don't get away from me.
Brutal. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up. But if you guys have talking to the audience, if you guys have your own high school stories, leave a comment below. We're gonna try and do these once every other week or so. Cause I got myself a couple of good doozies under my belt. I know Jimmy's got a bunch too, but you got any last words, my friend?
Stay safe, baby.
Don't
And
don't pull a club on my ass. I'll machete you.
I was so glad Jack was there that night. Woo! Saved
I
my
thought the whole
ass.
story was gonna turn on its head and you go and we killed him. Dude's
No,
dead now.
no, we did the
This is the
professional
confessions.
adult thing of sending a message without having to break any skin. And it worked out. The rest of that week, everybody that showed up to our parties was top notch. And we got message out, dude. I don't know. Everybody said don't fuck with them. And in fact, we saw that Spencer guy the next night, Wednesday, and he goes, "Whatever you guys did last night, word on the street is that nobody's gonna fuck with you guys anymore." So he had told us you got to stick up to him, and that was how we did it. But God bless Jack, baby. You saved my life that night. I love it.
The 502 boys. Watch out.
With the 502 boys. What? What?
Well, Fat Earth episode 19. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.
Boom.